This tutorial will give you a quick overview tour of the editor to help you get started. The three main areas of the editor are the clip bin, the canvas, and the timeline. Let's start with the clip bin. Along the bottom of this area you'll see a set of tabs. The clip bin tab is selected, and I like to think of this as the home tab for all of them. The clip bin holds all of the video, audio, and image files that are being used in the current project. Import additional media to use in your project by clicking this button. Drag individual clips from the clip bin to the timeline to build your video. The next tab is the library. The library holds a variety of title clips, video segments, animations, callouts, audio, and other media that can be used from project to project, and you can add your own at any time. The rest of the tabs are for adding or editing special effects to your video. Click on More to view additional features you can use. To make a new recording, click the Record the Screen button. And when you're finished editing your project, click the Produce and Share button to produce your video into a number of different shareable formats. And just like most other applications, all features and settings for Camtasia Studio can be accessed from the menu bar. The next stop on this tour is the canvas. You may also hear this area referred to as the video preview at times, because this is where you preview your video as it's playing back on your timeline. The canvas has been greatly enhanced, and you now have total control over how your video is displayed for your viewers. Let me give you some examples of what I mean. Right now, the video fills the entire playback window. If you click and hold on top of the video, you'll see some yellow grid lines. You can drag the video and position it wherever you want, and the grid lines help snap your video to specific areas or quadrants. If you'd like to resize your recording to be smaller or larger within your final video, just grab one of the corners and drag to resize it. You can even free rotate your video to customize the appearance even more. For more detail on working with the canvas, look for other tutorials like visual properties, zoom and pan, and more. Before leaving the canvas, there are a few more things to note. Here are the playback controls and a helpful time code to show the current position of the playhead and overall duration of the video. Scrub through the video to quickly locate a specific segment. Notice that the scrubber and playhead on the timeline always move in sync. Expand this menu to change the view percentage of your video on the canvas. Or choose Shrink to Fit so everything is sure to be visible. You can also use your mouse scroll wheel to adjust the view percentage, but please note that this doesn't change your editing or production dimensions for your video. It only changes how the video looks on the canvas to help with editing. The last area we are going to cover is the timeline. This is where you assemble and edit your video. Just like the canvas gives you more control, the timeline was redesigned to do the same. There are now an unlimited number of tracks for you to build your video projects. You can place video, audio, or images on any track, and at any position. Click the plus button to make new tracks, and right-click a track to rename it, remove it, or choose other options from the menu. Adjust the height of a track by hovering over one of the edges until you see a double arrow, or adjust the heights of all tracks by using this slider. You'll notice the playhead has a green in point and a red out point connected to it. These are used for making selections on your timeline to help you delete, copy, or perform other actions. The quickest way to clear a selection made with these points is to double-click the playhead. The timeline toolbar contains a zoom in and zoom out slider, which really helps with editing as it lets you make more precise cuts and selections. For example, finding the exact piece of audio where you said There are also buttons to cut, split, copy, and paste media on the timeline. We did remove the undo and redo buttons, but don't worry, you can still perform these actions by going to the Edit menu or using Ctrl-Z and Ctrl-Y. There is so much more I'd love to share with you about the timeline in this tutorial, but hopefully this editor overview covered enough to get you started and ready to explore on your own. Continue on to the next video in the Getting Started series to learn how Smart Focus and Zoom and Pan can help you control exactly what you want your viewers to see at any time in the video. And here's a link to a short survey to share any feedback about this tutorial.